Hi, how's it going? This is Chris over at 3d-Palace. I'm an indie game developer. Yes, I know how old I am. Okay, so what I've got here is I've got a sub-level from my game, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about drawcalls and explaining how we can make our scene run faster and a little bit nicer by taking advantage of things like merging and stuff like that. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, because I've got this scene here, is I'm going to stick some, make a quick save of it. So, File, I'm going to do a save a copy as, so save current level as, and at the minute it's Brock, so I'm going to call this Brock full, okay, that way I've always got a full copy of the Brock as well. If you're wondering, a Brock is a Scottish fortified building. Right, so I've gone back to my original Brock now, okay, and we can see around it we've got all these walls and things, which I didn't especially want, but that's not too important. Now, what I need to do is I need to decide which parts in this I'm keeping. Now, there's quite a lot in this model, okay, going on, and I don't want all of it, to be fair. A lot of it is old stuff, so I'm just deleting this just as a matter of course, because it's old and rubbish and stuff I didn't need. So all I'm doing, and this is something you should definitely do as well, is make sure that you don't have a load of crap that you don't need in your scene. So in this case, some badly made stairs that I used as a proxy about a year ago, and that I'd forgotten about until this very minute, literally. Okay, and on the inside I'll do the same. So there, okay, that's done. Now, if I look over here at my outliner, I can see I've got 609, 609 actors in my scene. Almost all of which are meshes, if not all of them, okay? Now, let's explain about a draw call. So, draw calls are really, really important, okay? Because a draw call is basically what's being sent to your GPU all of the time. So, what we have here are 609 actors, and each of those 609 actors has at least one material. So that is 609 draw calls, okay? Now the problem with that is that if we look at things, for example, like VR headsets and stuff like that, a light VR headset can only manage around about 700 to 800 draw calls. So already we're kind of starting to max that out, and that gets really important as we're looking at scenes that are bigger, more interesting, have a lot of stuff going on. Now what I'm planning on doing is I'm just going to turn this into one draw call if I can get away with it. Okay, and to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically select everything in my scene. So here we go, just select the entire bally lot. So there we go. I could have also done a Control A. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to deselect by holding Alt and just going in and deselecting some of this stuff over here. Now another thing I could do as well is I could, I could, crikey just delete them all, if that was the case as well, so I could do that, or, anything else really that you can think of. So you can see it's a bit of a nuisance having to deselect them, but I haven't got that much extra stuff in my scene, so it isn't really going to make that much of a difference. And all I'm doing is just holding Control and just clicking. Okay, so if you're not used to the selection system inside of Unreal Engine, it's very easy to get used to. Okay, all I'm doing is just Control and selecting. Now, nearly done. There we go. As this is a 3d-Palace tutorial, even though a lot of you will have no clue what 3d-Palace is, it is just gonna, go all the way through and show you everything. Okay, so now I've got this nice big chunky boy here. What I need to do now is I need to merge this into a single mesh. Now I'm not going to merge all the materials, because if I do, it's going to look like bottoms. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Actor, Merge 582 actors. Okay, and all that's going to do is do a single mesh, no simplification pass. Bop, like that. Now, it's important we give it a good name. So what I can do is I could even go over here to Assets, and I can make one called Large Merged Meshes. Large Merged Meshes, just so I know what they are. And it's important to give them a good name. So SM Merged, and then Brock. Okay, not the same as a bothy. Okay, so SM merged Brock, and just click save. Okay, so this is now going to go off and make my SM merged Brock, which it will put in a folder. I'm just going to give it a moment or two because it will do the merged actors dialogue while I'm doing that. Our sponsor today is Coca-Cola, now in a Pepsi can, flavoured like Dr. Pepper. Okay, so here is our SM merged Brock, which has got 1.8 million triangles. So many. Okay, well that's not really an issue, is it? Because, you know, we can turn this into a nanite mesh. So if I just do a quick save on it, and bear in mind obviously it's going to be huge folder. Okay, so I take my huge file here, which is 89 megs, and I can just right click and turn it into a nanite and save. Oh, it's done. Right, so merged Brock. Here we go. Nanite fallback percent 100. Never stream false. Let's open it up and have a wee look at it. So by doing that, we should actually get a slightly better view of what we're doing. Okay, so I've gone now from 609 draw calls to 8 for that mesh. So here we see this is the merged Brock, actually placed inside of my scene. Difference being that this is now 8 draw calls rather than several hundred draw calls, which is making things a lot more efficient in what I'm doing. Okay, and the good thing is that it's still carried across its collision meshes and so forth. So when I need to actually go inside here, I can. Quick thing, how to, you know, improve the draw call. Hope that helped. See you in a bit.